Hello again, Michael Friedrich here from beautiful North Carolina on the 1st of January 2017. Happy New Year to you. Today's shave is going to be a first of first. It's the 1st of January, it's the first shave of the year, and I thought I would break with my normal routine and I would do a first impression shave video today. Today's product is going to be shaving cream from LEA, Spanish company. This is the sensitive skin shaving cream. It is lightly scented of sandalwood. It does include lanolin. It does list glycerin as one of the ingredients, and it is also lightly mentholated. I have not used this before, so I have no idea really what to expect. I will be following that up today with another sample tube, which is the LEA Aftershave Balsam, which I have used, I think, once before. All right, today's razor is going to be the German Bakelite Slant, in which I have a Gillette Silver Blue on its 5th shave. This is an entirely plastic Bakelite razor, very light. The only metal in the razor is the post and the threading, which I believe are brass. It is a 3-piece razor. It is a mostly hollow handle, as I hope you can see. Very, very light. Just go ahead and screw it together. This razor sort of forms this is the inspiration or the model that both the fine Superlight Slant and the Razor Rock Stealth Slant is based on. I've used, when I started the week, I used one of these Supermax titanium blades in there. Not a good fit at all. So I'll switch back to the Gillette Silver Blue. Today's brush is going to be the Semogue Owners Club Cherry, beautiful boar brush. So let me go ahead and I'm going to apply some of this cream both to my face and to the brush. I think there should be plenty in here for a full shave, but I just wasn't sure. Sometimes these tubes look full and then in fact they're only half full, so I didn't want to risk it. As expected, the very top of the tube is a little bit dry. Yeah, next piece a little bit better. This actually feels a little dense and creamy already. Fatty might be the better way for it. Let me just rub some on here. I'm going to put just a little bit, wet the brush and put a little bit on there or in there. I should have, if I need to apply more, I will have, I think, plenty to go. So what I'm going to do with the soap and the brush is just with some wet fingers, I'm just going to sort of massage it together a little bit. Just make sure that that cream is a little dissolved inside the bristles. Just like that. A little messy, but so what? All right, let's rinse. Put a bit of water on my face now. You know, I can already feel the menthol, which is nice. No secret menthol on this one. All right, drip a bit of water onto the brush. Start building the lather. Now this is denser than I expected, actually. So this will take a moment to really work into a nice lather. Can already feel the menthol kicking in. Yeah, if you're allergic to lanolin, obviously skip this one. I know LEA also makes a good or pretty highly regarded shaving stick. Yeah, that is coming together pretty nicely already. That's going to need some more water. I mean, normally through the course of the year, I'm going to stick with the once a week videos. And normally speaking, it'll be the same routine. A single product that I'll use for the entire course of the week, whether it's a shaving cream. I always use the same razor throughout as well. There was a question on YouTube about that. Yeah, the routine basically is the same setup for the entire week. I may, if it's a razor, change out the blades, for example. But normally speaking, it'll be the same brush, same razor, same soap. Now, if it's a new soap, what I do is actually a couple test lathers using the synthetic brush, boar brush, and a badger brush just to get a feel for it. Those are mostly palm lathers. All right, that looks pretty good. It's not super thick or really dense or creamy, but feels pretty good on the face. So let's see what we get. And I still have plenty in the tube, so if I need more, simply apply more to the brush. Okay, Bakelite Slant. This is an efficient razor that cuts through stubble easily. It is not always, however, a comfortable razor. A lot depends on the blade that you use, at least for me. And you should also note that there is a significant or pronounced overhang of the ends of the blade. And there are certain spots when I'm shaving, I need to be very careful about that. So let's go ahead and get started. Nice cooling effect from the shave cream. This is 2.5 days of growth. And as always, really no issue with the slant, no tugging or resistance. This is a light razor, so there is, I think, for a lot of people, a tendency to compensate for the lightness by pressing down just a little bit more. Definitely want to avoid that because this is an efficient razor, and if you press down, you're going to be cutting into more than just your hair. You're going to be taking off just a bit of extra layer of skin, which you don't want to do. These are unfortunately no longer available for sale, unless somebody has one up for a buy sell trade kind of thing. But luckily, this design has been resurrected in the Superlight Slant from Fine. Itself also a plastic razor. Not Bakelite, but ABS plastic. So, right here, for example, is a spot shaving next to my windpipe where that overhang from that blade right here, if you're not careful, can dig in. Overall, for that cream, really nice, easy shave. Cooling effect persists. I think sort of the sensation of sort of creaminess or fattiness may well be from the lanolin, and lanolin does work pretty well for me. I'll have to see how much is still in the brush. I think I'll probably have to apply more, but let's see what we get. Yeah. Let's go ahead and just put. Just going to squeeze a bit more into the brush. Let's do the same thing we did before, just gently work it in. Here we go. Add a bit of water to compensate for the additional cream. Yeah, there we go. It's been really interesting, by the way, watching some of the new wet shavers and some of the forums who, of course, have gotten a new kit for Christmas and are just sort of jumping in with both feet. And some very common issues. Base plate on upside down, that's very common. But the other is that people are just getting a very thin, sort of unsatisfactory lather. It either dries up too quickly or they can shave one side of their face and then they just can't make it to the next. Well, and so when you start asking people how they're doing it, it turns out there's a couple common factors, and a very common one is that people, for whatever reason, for whatever reason, when they're holding the soap, the soap container, and they're using their brush to load the soap, they're doing so very gingerly. They're like just so lightly, just dancing the tips of the brush over the soap. And so as soon as any kind of lather begins to form, they stop. And so what they end up with is not nearly enough soap loaded on the brush, and there's just no way to build a good lather from that. So if that's you and you're struggling, gentle, firm pressure down on the soap, really work it into the brush. You want a kind of a good pasty load on there. All right, this is the across the grain. And as I said, this is an efficient razor, but this is not always a comfortable razor. There are moments when this feels a little harsh, or depending on how it's going, you can easily cause it to bite a little bit. This is one of those razors where a good lather is essential. The razor head itself is not naturally slippery, so you need to make sure you've got a good lather going. And again, no pressure, just really let it dance over your skin. You press down with this razor, and you're going to get some epic razor burn. All right. Same thing, just have to watch here. There we go. Now this is the other spot where I have to be careful because of that overhang. The across the grain pass under my nose, because of how close the hair grows there, and because this sticks up so far, it's very easy to catch your nostril there. And although that end piece isn't itself sharpened, it will still twang you or cut you. So. I do really like this razor though. It's just kind of just an interesting throwback to a different manufacturing style. Just I like the design, very simple. I hate to throw around the term Bauhaus, but this just seems, very similar. Just a really nice, light, easy to use, efficient razor. But like I said, you've got to be a little bit careful. If you get careless or too much pressure, you're gonna pay for it. All right, pass number 3. Across the grain, nice, easy. Let's see if there's still enough cream in here. I'm gonna go with that's a no. So now let's go for the opposite approach. Let's take a little bit and just apply that. I don't honestly think it'll take much. This is proving to be very easy to lather. Good slickness on the face. Take a little bit extra. All right, let's see how we do with that. This is not creating a huge, voluminous, thick, dense lather, but slickness is really quite nice and very good face feel. There we go, work that up a little bit. Cooling effect is of course persisting. Pretty nice. The scent is a very light sandalwood. Now that is kind of an interesting choice for me because sandalwood is a scent that many people have a reaction to. So to include sandalwood in a soap that is listed as designed for sensitive skin might be a bit of a mismatch there, but all right, let's see how that layer works out. I know that looks thin, but so far slickness has been very good in this. All right, against the grain pass. And this is a portion of the pass where, even though this razor is efficient, for example, those strokes here, not comfortable. And so I don't push it. I don't make myself do that. There's always an alternative. just to use a slightly different approach. And there we go. Same on this side. Now it may be that because of slight geometry changes in the head or the material, but the Stealth Slant, for example, I don't have the same issue there. That's just overall a more comfortable razor than this. Yeah, that is a thin layer of lather, but still nice and slick. Also, the razor's got good audible feedback. You can really get a good sense for where there's still a bit of stubble. But the other thing is to resist the urge, because you can still hear that. Resist the urge to overshave there. Especially where there is no lather. Yeah, I think I may, let's see what happens here. All right, I think I'm done. All right, let's see how this goes with no lather, but I just said, don't do this. Bit of water, yeah, slick. Not bad, not bad at all. Nice and cool. Actually, might be a bit more menthol than if I had my druthers I would normally go for. I'm not a big menthol head. All right, I'm going to rinse my face a bit more, and then we're going to apply nothing but the aftershave balm. Overall, still some good slickness, but I need to rinse off just a bit more. Not a bad way to start the year, frankly. Those were both samples that were included in orders from, I think from the Shave Station maybe, and from Gifts and Care. I think you probably get, you might be able to get 2, maybe 3 full shaves out of that sample tube. So that's not too bad actually. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah, post-shave skin feel, based on what I would sort of describe as what feels like a high fat content in that, which must be the lanolin, is very nice. No heat, no irritation, no tightness. Very nice way to start. Okay, let us go ahead and apply the balm. I don't remember if this was a kind of a watery, milky balm, but we'll see in just a moment. Let's just see what that looks like. Yeah, a little thin. Not too bad. A little bit under here. All right, and just one more. One more for Saint Nick. Oh, lightly sweet scent. Nothing dramatic. Light and pleasant, actually. Wow, that feels very good going on. Wow, that was nice. Nice kind of hydrated feel, not sticky or tacky. Let's just try a little bit more of that. Yeah, man, that was a nice, easy shave. That razor works very well for me, particularly if it's the right blade in there. Those Super Max, those titanium blades were just one shave in and done. Wow, okay. Well, I am liking that aftershave balm quite a bit, and that soap, that cream was very nice. Well, that is a fantastic way to start off 2017, I gotta say. Well, let's go ahead and let's recap, because I think we're pretty much done with the shave as is. No aftershave today, only just the aftershave balm. So, what did we use for today? This is the Crema de Afeitar LEA from Spain. Sensitive skin, menthol, lanolin, glycerin, lightly scented of sandalwood. Kind of a nice creamy feel to the shaving cream. Easy to lather, even with, as you saw, a relatively thin lather. You don't need big volume. You need a good slick layer. That's what you got to start off with. That worked very nicely. Relatively strong menthol hit, actually. I'm surprised at how mentholy that is, but that's very nice. Followed by its partner in crime, the LEA Aftershave Balm, or Balsam, I should say. Very nice. Yeah, that's surprising how good that was. Today's razor, the 3-piece German Bakelite Slant, Gillette Silver Blue blade in there on the 5th shave. As I said, this is a light, very easy to use razor. It is efficient. It is not always comfortable. It can be a bit harsh, and that does depend to a certain extent on the blade that you're using, but it also depends on how you're using it. So if you are pressing down, if you are flicking the razor, for example, if you are pulling hard against something where you feel there's a lot of resistance, which may well just be because of the way the hair grows, I think you're going to end up paying for that. So if you do own this razor, gentle and take care and let the razor do the work for you. But still, this is a fantastic and fun razor to use. Today's brush, Cherrywood Omega, Semogue Owners Club. Very nice brush as well. I know people are always nervous about these about the Semogue boar brushes, that they take a long time to break in. Mine didn't take that long, or at least it didn't seem that long to me. I used it for a week or two straight. It tends to open up. It softens up relatively quickly. They are kind of lather hogs, and you may find that you actually need to kind of work the soap a bit more than you might otherwise. But generally speaking, I've had excellent luck with those, other than my poor 1250, which fell apart because of my own stupidity. Well, that's it. Beautiful shave. No heat. Skin feels really good. The aftershave balsam is really doing the trick. That's a very nice, smooth, easy shave to start off 2017. Let me once again wish you happy 2017, happy new year. Hope you have a fantastic year. I hope you're starting off with some new products, maybe some new soap or a new razor, a bunch of new blades, maybe an aftershave, whatever. Just hope you enjoy it. And I want to say once again, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, goodbye.